Hey everyone, this is the Wolfman, and today I'm going to be showing you a video spotlighting my three betas. Now, I'm going to apologize for the delay in some of these videos. I did say I was going to do a spotlight video on my fish, and that was like, what, 2 weeks ago? But now I'm finally getting around to doing that, and I'm going to be going over, well, really just what I do for my fish, how I care for them, and talking about some of the other fish I've had in the past, and of how long I've had the ones that I have now. So without further ado, let me show you my betas. The first one is my Dragon Scale Beta Malvo. You can see he was flying there for a bit. Yeah, I've had this guy for well over a year. I got him back in September 2019, and he's been doing pretty well. He seems to be a bit camera shy by the looks of it, and if you can see, his tail fins are maybe a little bit tethered, but he hasn't had fin rot, thankfully. But he's been doing fine for these past couple of over this past year. Whereas he's my lazy little guy. He just likes to spin his time around in some parts of his tank. He loves these ones. These fake green plants. He likes to hang around them at times throughout parts of the day. As you can see, he's just hanging around it now, but I think he's just not used to seeing a camera because this is the first time he's ever been on video, for the most part. But this is his enclosure. It's a 10-gallon tank, and I did just clean this along with the other tanks today. Don't mind the rowlet. But yeah, I recently added in this newer cave. I don't know if he's going to go in it, but he's been known to go into this one, to my delight. Yeah, he is the first one I've had in maybe, I think, 3 years. So total he is the 4th beta I've owned. So from this tank, and there's actually been 2 other betas that have been in this tank. I'll show pictures of them. At least I'll attempt to. And I'm going to show you the next one. And another 10-gallon. This surprisingly looks a lot bigger than usual than the other tank, but it is a 10-gallon, and this is fish number 2. This is Zolran. He is a bumblebee beta. I got him at the start of 2020, so I also had him for well over a year, and he is quite the stunning looking fish. And yeah, he's roughly the opposite of Malvo. He is quite active, and he is quite the interesting character. He is rather smart, I will say that. But yeah, I've had him for well over a year. And again, his tank I also cleaned today, thankfully. Yeah, I don't know if there's not much to say about him, but I will show off one feature about this tank that I got before the end of last year, and that's another light setting. I don't know if the camera is picking it up that well. There's a blue light in there, and it makes him look more vibrant. I don't know if you can see that quite well. If he's going to turn. Yeah, I think this isn't all that great. Oops, sorry there. But yeah, Zolran here I've had for well over a year, and he's been doing quite well. He used to nip himself in his tail, but he's finally gotten over that, especially since I put him in this newer tank. And I tend to favor him a little bit more so. But now I shall show you my prettiest one, my first ever female, beta number 6, Claire. As you can see, she is a koi beta. It's for quite obvious reasons as to why she got the koi name. But she is the most active fish, and she is quite smart. When I was taking her out to to clean out the tank today, she was quite elusive from the net. But for once I managed to coerce her into her cup, which was quite the feat, and I'm quite proud of myself for that a bit. Yeah, I got her back in October, and she's been in this tank ever since. It used to be where the 10-gallon was, the other one to the left, till I moved it over here. So, and this is roughly it. And this is my first ever female, and she's been really surviving quite well, which I'm very pleased with. And even my sister's pretty envious of her as well, but she is a stunning looking fish. I hope anyone would agree to that. So for the most part, that's pretty much all the fish that I've had now. As I mentioned, I've had bettas in the past before. I started out back in September 2014 with a crown-tailed betta I named Appo. He did not last that long. He only lasted until January of 2015. After that, I got two bettas, a half moon, and a Dumbo-eared bettas, both males. And they were in a 10-gallon I had before, but I had to take it back because it was leaking. But yeah, the other tank I showed you before, the one where Malvo's in, they've been in that one, and yeah, the half moon I named Mavaris, he lasted way longer than the Dumbo I named Arlos. Was it Arlos? Yeah, it was Arlos. He didn't last that long either, but way longer than the first one. And I think I ended quitting roughly at the end of 2016 and got back into it back in 2019, and I've actually enjoyed it quite a lot. I would actually recommend getting a bettas. Now, caring for them is not that different. I mean, when I got Malvo, I didn't clean the tank for at least 3 weeks, and my theory was, or the reason why I did that, so it's one fish in a small tank. He used to be in a 5.5 gallon, which I still have, but now he's in the 10 gallon. But now, for all 3 tanks, I clean them every 2 weeks, and I change the filter cartridges once a month. So after the second cleaning, which I did today. So I think that might be it for this video. I do have a couple of the videos I'm going to be uploading soon of Zolran and Claire, of them just swimming around the tank. I mean, Malvo, he is just the least active fish, so I didn't bother with him. But yeah, I believe that is it. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe and come join the Wolf Pack, as I am the Wolfman. And oh, and remember, Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney, and I will see you next time.